Grand Valley's disappointing 6-5 season in 2014 will serve for a long time as a reminder that titles and championships can't be won in the first month of the year, but they can be lost. When Matt Mitchell thinks back to last season, he points specifically at two games: the double overtime road loss in California to Azusa Pacific, when his team missed a late field goal try in the fourth quarter, and the defensive collapse at home against Ohio Dominican, when Grand Valley gave up a two-score lead in the final period.
Yeah, I think when we look back on 14, the biggest thing I point to is, we knew it as a staff. I'm not sure I did as good a job as a head coach getting into the players of understanding that the first three opponents were going to be, arguably three of the top 20 schools in Division II, maybe even top 10. Azusa Pacific ended up the year 10-1, and obviously Ohio Dominican advanced really deep in the playoffs, and Ferris State, won our league. So we had really high expectations with the number 2 preseason ranking, and we struggled, to bounce back, after a couple of those losses.
Going into this year, the Lakers' schedule is eerily similar. After the home opener against new foe Southwest Baptist of Missouri, its return contest with Ohio Dominican and Ferris State, the two dominant powers of the GLIAC a year ago. And while the Lakers feel they played reasonably well defensively most of last year, they also acknowledge they're haunted by the big plays they surrendered throughout the season.
Coach Mitchell has been talking to us a lot about, our big play. We gave up 50% of our yardage last year out of 10% of our plays, which is insane. So, we've been working really hard as a team, leadership on the team, all the way down to younger, underclassmen, is to work to be very disciplined, and that comes from the coaching staff, the way that they're coaching us. They, have always been focused on how disciplined we will or are, but we've really striving for perfection during this camp.
You can't afford to get out to a bad start on anybody, because even if you're playing a bad team, I wouldn't really call any team a bad team, but if we're playing not a good a team, you let them get some momentum and you let them start feeling confident in the beginning of the game and stuff like that, then they become a good team.
This year, Judon and Horling think their unit will be improved with DJ Hogan back on the line, with converted tight end Alton Voss. And with that formidable front rounding into form, Matt Mitchell thinks his secondary could also surprise people.
I think our corners, I feel better about our corners than I did last year. Getting McKissick back off injury, Trey Walton another year of experience, and then the transfer Jacob Studdard from Youngstown State's having a good camp so far. So, we had rough times in the back end of our defense last year, both the safety and corner, and I think they've come out of that storm a little bit, and they're starting to play a little better safety. Same thing, having Horling back there is great, but Garrett Punier, Kyle Short, we've moved Dante Carey from corner to safety based on our corner depth. Got way more depth in the back end, so our defense is pretty solid, to be honest with you, at all three levels.
I know a lot of times they say if you don't have a senior-laden team, it can be bad, but in this case, I think our team chemistry with all of our younger guys and our select few older guys has been really, really good through the spring and definitely through this fall camp already.
And while the defense appears to be ready for the challenges presented by Ohio Dominican and Ferris in September, the offense remains a huge question mark. Sophomore Bart Williams and Southern Illinois transfer Ryan West have battled for the starting role throughout the preseason, and their coach doesn't sugarcoat his team's lack of Grand Valley quarterbacking experience.
Because there are going to be some highs and lows with our offense with a lot of new people. We don't have any experience coming back at wide receiver. No, 9 yards passing at the quarterback position coming back. And that's not going to go smooth. We understand that, so we got to hold it down on the other sides of the ball.
Another area of concern is receiver, where All-America and Jamie Potts won't return, at least not this year, after signing a baseball contract with the Texas Rangers. But the coaches believe the pass-catching core could be bolstered with some different faces, and with running back Kirk Spencer seeing time as a wideout.
I'm just excited to get another chance to prove myself. Being injured last year, sitting out was one of the hardest things, watching my team and not being able to help them. This year I want to prove myself, whether it's through using me at the H spot or the running back spot or kickoff spot, anything to help the team. I'm willing to do it.
We have Kirk Spencer back, and we've been using Kirk in the backfield and some out on the edge too, and he's a very multi-dimensional player, and the reason we're able to do that is because we feel good about our tailback position. Terrell Dorsey coming back, you have Ben Hutchins, and then there's a redshirt freshman named Martavius Carter who's had a strong camp too, that barring injury, I think we'll see some production out of him.
Grand Valley begins the season with a preseason national ranking of 24th, but that could be a result of the Laker accomplishments in the years before 2014. But as Matt Mitchell will quietly point out, his squad is filled with players who made it to the Division II national semifinals 20 months ago, and those same players are eager to make up for the tough times they suffered through a year ago. For the Grand Valley State Sports Report, I'm Tom Cleary.